This one, you are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Honorable mention is gonna be kind of tough. Trying to look at these guys. Actually, you're not tough because you suck. What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Nindo, back with a Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we're gonna be making a top 10 tier list for Legends Festival 1.5 something. There's nothing going on in the game. What else do I do? Genuinely. Anyway, we're gonna go from top 1 through 10, you know what I'm saying? You guys let me know how you feel about this tier list. This tier list is probably the hardest one I ever made, like ever. I actually made one before making this video, had to scrap it. I'm like, I don't like it, had to do it again. I've been at this for like 3 days before I actually posted it, so I actually have my clear thoughts all mapped out now. This should be good. But anyway, let's get started. Enough, yeah. 10, Frieza. Frieza doesn't have a lot of purples to deal with right now. Only one purple of, you know, big oomph Ultra Zamasu, right? People are saying Ultra Zamasu lost value. He has. There's a lot of yellow units giving oomph. Makes it a little tougher for Ultra Zamasu to get those, you know, priority scenarios in, you know what I'm saying? So this allows Frieza once again to not only be type neutral towards everybody offensively, right? This allows him to again utilize his Death Beam, which unfortunately doesn't matter what you say, Death Beam is still a broken mechanic. Sometimes these broken mechanics only look less broken when the unit gets outplayed by stats. So like these units probably have like higher stats than Frieza, they do more damage in general, but the Death Beam itself, there's a lot of people with disrupts on this list. Key disrupts, guard ceiling, guard destruction, you know what I'm saying? Not only does Frieza produce cards as he's hitting the Death Beam, not only can it extend into combos, not only is it a quick animation that can allow you to start combos, it can allow you to go through bullshit like UI's Gauge, you know what I'm saying? Ultra UI is a problem, bring on Ultra Frieza, bam, Frieza produces blast cards, he's ranged, bam. On top of having endurance, cancel buffs, etc, etc. So, you know, that's it for Frieza. Number 9, I do have Namek Goku, right? And I know a lot of people's thing with Namek Goku is like, ugh, but draw speed, but his kit is basic, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? When you fight this unit, you have those moments where it's like, hey, if this blue card hits me, I might die. These strike cards are hitting kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? His disrupt is pretty consistent, never goes away, always taking ki away as you hit him, and he's tanky. I think sometimes you gotta like realize that being basic doesn't mean you're bad. It depends if you have the stats to keep up with the niggas who do crazy shit. For example, Frieza, obviously his kit is more wonky than this Goku, right? But do you fear Frieza hitting you as hard as this Goku right now? No. Do you fear Frieza tanking as much as this Goku does right now? No. On top of that, there's not a lot of blues up here on this list, so for the most part, he's always neutral. Catch somebody sidestepping, bam, hit him with the blue card, hits hard as shit. That's all he does. He hits hard as fuck and he tanks, but that's enough. He also has the teams to go with him. Ultra Namek Goku, the yellow one's getting more value now. You can build any team you want with this guy. He's a Saiyan, just slap him on anything and just make it work. On top of that, he does have that mechanic where he can go through, you know, Ultra Zamasu type gauge, right? To where he gets the uncancelable cover null of his plat. So that's also stonks too. Not much more to say about that. This one, you are gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Stupid.
I know. You're gonna say, hey, this guy's pretty slow. I might as well click off the video. Go ahead. Not stop you. But the thing is, right? I've said this about Janemba like over and over, right? Because one of the comments you get about Janemba is that people don't know how to play him right. And to an extent, I can understand that. He's more of a technical unit that sometimes you have to pull out a little quicker than you normally would want to, so you can fulfill his gauge properties and such, you know, whatever. But my thing is, right, one, the no card on entry, that doesn't make sense. I don't care what anybody says, I don't care how technical this guy is, that doesn't make sense. We're in 2025. An LF who is meant to do damage should get a card on entry. That's point blank period, right? Second, I find that there's times where you can chase those technical plays, right? You know, get him in the field before you allow another unit to fulfill themselves, so Janemba can fulfill himself and do that burst damage, right? But there's units who can pull off those stunts without having to play technical, you know what I mean? So, I get it. This might seem like a, you know, you're dumb, I'm smart thing, whatever, right? But to me, this is, hey, I have a unit who can do what this guy can do, right? Without the technical part, and still allow his other allies to extend combos and do stuff on their own, you know what I'm saying? Biggest elephant in the room is Zamasu, you know what I'm saying? So Janemba, I guess he's supposed to be like a mini wall. Seal off Rising Rush, give off negative draw speed. Okay, he has a little disrupting going on. Seals off Rising Rush. Zamasu does that already, right? While taking key away, destroying cards, healing himself, right? Gets a green card, heals himself after. Also destroys Dragon Balls, seals main and rush, right? And then his combo extension is much easier to the point where you can be stupid and extend the Zamasu combo while allowing the allies not having to force you out quicker. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just don't see the value, and I've never had a game where I was like, oh my god, Janemba's here. It's over. Janemba pulled up. It's over. I've never had that before. I've had that with Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I've had that with Ultra Zamasu. I've had that with Namek Goku, you know, the yellow one. I've had that with Super Gogeta, right? I've had that with 13 in terms of me continuing my combos and having like a full blast hand. Everybody's had that with UI Goku. Everybody's had that at Zamasu. But I've never had a moment where Janemba's like, here, and he does something. Never happens. So I cannot pit him higher than this right now. I don't think he's devoting anything or changing anything. Or even on the main PO team, I would still run Ultra Zamasu 13, Zamasu over Janemba any day. I don't see what influence he like provided to what already existed. You know what I'm saying? It feels like just a different unit you could pit on the team, but why? For what purpose? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, number 7. This is the main reason why I had to remake the tier list. I'm sure most of you agree with this, but this is the main reason why I had to remake the tier list, because I had Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta at 5, right? My argument for this, right, was that there's 2 OP yellow units up here that people are complaining about a lot recently, right? And Vegeta has a mechanic that can go through one of the yellow units, right? He's a ranged unit. UI Goku, you know, feeds off units doing strike cards, you know what I'm saying? So Vegeta gets blast cards. You know, he has the card protection. Just that switch attack in general does a lot of damage. So in my head, I'm just like, hey, just pull off Vegeta, switch attack these 2 yellow units, wipe them out. Issue here is that he does not have the teams to back him up, right? GT sucks, as it is, right? Vegeta's defenses are a little bit on the poor end, which I had to just accept. Like, his defenses are just not the greatest. I tried to cope and just let it happen, but it's just not the greatest. And unfortunately, if you do run into a game that doesn't include these 2 yellows, right, which will happen, then you know, it's like, you're gonna see his defenses not be the greatest against Zamasu. Super Gogeta who can burn him out and take away his endurance, right? So, him having endurance is not enough. Super Gogeta runs with these 2 yellow units, unfortunately. So if somebody pulls out Super Gogeta and burns out Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which isn't a hard task, then, you know, you lost your damage dealer on a team that's already gonna look a little wonky and attempts to just take out these 2 yellow units, you know what I'm saying? Plus, you can also pit Android 13 with the 2 yellow units, who will obviously stop Vegeta's first switch attack, guaranteed, and also just seal blast cards, which, you know, again, my whole point was spamming blast cards on UI Goku. If I can't use strike cards, and I can't use blast cards, then Vegeta kind of gets shut down. So, I feel like if GT was better, was more well-rounded, supported this guy, he'd be great, but as of now, the teams you could pit him on, it would almost seem forced when, you know, you could honestly just pit somebody else on there instead, you know what I'm saying, and make the team just more cohesive, less issues with Vegeta, like, taking too much damage, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I love the fact that he just takes away Dragon Balls. He has that Dragon Ball control. Again, what I mentioned about, you know, firing through the 2 yellows, he gets his Vanish gauge back through his gauge. You know what I'm saying? It's just, his switch attack scenario is just so great still. Again, it's just the teams and the defense. That's all it is. Now, another unit I struggled with, because I'm an Ultra Zamasu Glazer. Like, I love this unit to death. And for some reason, people were hating on this guy even before Ultra UI Goku dropped, which, you know, don't make no fucking sense to me. Don't make no fucking sense to me. He was fine, completely fine before Ultra, you know, UI Goku dropped. I'd say what makes him better than Vegeta is his teams, right? His team is more cohesive. I mentioned Ultra Zamasu, 13, Zamasu. As far as I'm concerned, right now, that team hasn't really gotten countered, or it doesn't really struggle as much as you expect it to with Ultra UI Goku being here. The only issue I've seen once using that team is Ultra Zamasu getting consistent, you know, hits off, because UI Goku does vanish with his thing, and his main offensive utility is off strike cards. Although, when he does go neutral with his gauge, even the blast cards, they can tickle, you know, do a lot of damage. Trickle, I meant to say, not tickle. Yeah, it's gonna go against my point. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, you know, he has a consistent disrupt, right? He goes neutral in every entry. right? Well, defensively, right? His gauge, which just fills on its own, gives him neutral. I'm pretty sure the gauge fills faster once you hit the 50%, activate the disrupt. But that's how you meant to play him anyway. And you're safe going for that, since when UI Goku locks you in, you seal strike cards and blast cards. When Namek Goku locks you in, you seal strike cards and blast cards, which I feel like everybody just forgot about. They don't pay attention to that. They're like, oh my god, UI Goku lock in. Now what? Your cards are sealed. You pop ult? Okay, fine. I hit you with a type neutral. Now you're at like 20% health. Is that, I don't know. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Plus, his main partner is Zamasu. I figure like almost everybody forgot that for some reason, that Zamasu right now is the strongest red in this game. Spoiler warning. That's his main partner. Double yellow against Zamasu? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Let Zamasu tank everything. I promise you, just run any team with Zamasu, Zenkai buff him properly, just build the team properly. Zamasu does not care about these two yellows. He doesn't give a shit. I'm saying Ultra Zamasu getting hit is such a problem for you, which it shouldn't be, because he goes elemental entry, right? He seals cards for himself, right? He heals through combos, right? I've had times that Ultra Zamasu literally walled off yellow units against proper built yellow teams, you know what I'm saying? He's okay. So just, I think he's chilling. He just has too much going on with PO, blah, blah, blah. The rush, I don't know if I mentioned the rush thing or whatever. Just can't rush. You know what? You know, he's fine. Nothing happened to this guy, so it's whatever. But anyway, number 5. Now this is a little bit of an iffy one, right? Before I had Namek Goku at 7, but I realized how stupid that was. This doesn't make any sense. No, I had him at 6 actually, and then Zamasu at 7. But anyway, this guy, I don't know how he made the comeback, but he did. He outlasted Frieza, which some people say wasn't gonna happen, and then some people said it was gonna happen simply because of the KO guard. So like my reason for not having him at 5 before is that, hey, if a unit's only value is simply having KO guard, then I don't feel like that's fair. I don't think that's enough to pit him over other units who just do so many things, like individually. Unfortunately, with the builds you can make of UI Goku and the way you can double Zenkai buff this guy, even non-double Zenkai buff that ran this guy, for some reason this guy still does a lot of fucking damage. So if you're locking in on somebody who doesn't like seal your shit, which the only scenario would be Ultra Zamasu, or, you know, Android 13, if you have a blast hand, his strike cards and just in general, his blue card, they fucking nuke. Like, they literally fucking nuke, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people running Ultra Super Saiyan for Vegeta right now. Even Red Namek Goku is a little on the rare end to see. So, like, you know, if you're running the double, if you're running double yellow into double yellow, same team, it's just sometimes it's just a Namek Goku frenzy. Like one Namek Goku just busting out the other. A Namek Goku busting out Gogeta. Like that lock-in is just very serious. It does a lot of damage. It's just very stupid. You can extend that lock-in into UI Goku's lock-in and have UI Goku come in after and just get the kill confirmed. So that UI Goku Namek Goku team, it just works too well, too powerful. He allows Super Gogeta to fulfill himself. And, you know, if Super Gogeta gets sniped, just comes back to life. You know, KO guard, like I said, he has the AoEs. He goes neutral eventually, so lock-in neutral, you know what that means. He also gets the endurance null eventually with the lock-in. So lock-in neutral, endurance null, you know what that means. So it's just, he's just a nuke that keeps the team alive, and he can supplement himself very long fucking combos. And I forgot to mention that he also gets card protection on every entry, which is great when you have a unit like Zamasu or etc, etc. Any unit who just destroys cards. So it's like, he's just very stupid. I don't know how he made it this far, but his damage it kept up. I don't know how, but it just did it. Like I said, even without Zenkai buffs, he does a lot of damage. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I know a lot of you guys probably think Namek Goku 4, 13 swap. I'm sure that'll be in your head for the most part. I don't see anybody disagreeing with much. Maybe some people of Janemba, but 13-4. I'm only saying this because I feel like he still has that bigger team-wide grip. You know what I'm saying? You can run Namek Goku anywhere, like I said. You can run him non-double Zenkai buffed off the UI Goku team for the most part, but I feel like he just has a bigger team-wide grip. And when you include one of the units I have up here and the way that he functions with that unit, I feel like they're just too powerful a duo. That they're just too strong. So 13 and Zamasu, just too strong of a duo. His support, just unmatched. You can pit him on any team to just make a unit exceed their, you know, original value, pump out extra damage. He gives them extra cards. The sub-count manipulation is always going to be the craziest thing to me, because in a lot of games, right, you'll have a moment where the sub-count update kind of tries to dick you, and you can't pull out a unit in time. This guy supersedes that mechanic almost completely if you're playing smart, and you can just allow that unit to come back in. Let's say it's Namek Goku coming back in. Now Namek Goku can lock in and get a kill confirmed just because 13 extended the combo. Super Saiyan for Vegeta can come in, get a kill confirmed with the switch attack just because 13 lower the sub counts, allow him to extend that combo. Plus, I think him just stealing blast cards, right, in general, just great. That initial disrupt he has, still the greatest thing in the game. Just completely shut off the enemy, like off rip, right? He can lock in Gokus, you know, with his green card, which can allow you to just extend on Gokus themselves, try to nuke the Gokus. I just think he has too wide of a... There's not a single unit on this list who you can't pit a team, like you can't pit 13 on, right, to fulfill his duty. You know what I'm saying? Not have him feel like lackluster or fall behind defensively or anything like that. So I just feel like just got too much grip, got too much, you know what I'm saying? He's always useful, always annoying, always useful. For the most part, I can't really argue him all four right now. But number 3, I feel like we're getting to the obvious ones, right? 3, Super Gogeta. I don't know, his damage, I hated the fact that he had to fuse and then hit a green card to, you know, lock you in, right? But inevitably he's going to reach that. And when he does reach that, it's a problem. It's a problem. On top of that, one thing I realized recently is that the overdrive mechanic really glazes this guy. Because if he has overdrive, right, locks you in with overdrive, goes neutral, if there's a Proco unit in front of him, he can pretty much just do a lot of fucking damage if he was unable to kill them otherwise. Just go through any disrupts that would have blocked him off or whatever. So his blast card damage is out of this world. He catches you in a combo, out of this world. Combo extension, out of this world. And then in base, of course, the 50% disrupt, it's just so annoying because you have the 50% disrupt on Goku, right? You have the 50% disrupt on Vegeta, right? You got the disrupt on UI Goku, who just, you know, he just does that 3 times on top of not being able to hit him already. And then if you're running 13, you got the complete disrupt on 13, and 13 already seeing blast card. So it's like, at first I didn't think like taking away 100 key and locking somebody in for 2 seconds was that crazy, because for the most part you could pop main in those scenarios, but it's not always going to get you a kill. It's not always going to confirm anything. So he's just too cohesive. He can extend combos too much. You know, Goku can lock in with his green card or whatever. Sometimes you'll see it. He has the Vantage Restore, keep himself afloat and stuff like that. And then if anything, just swaps back into UI Goku. I feel like UI Goku just gave him more value because, you know, one of Super Gogeta's things is that when he fuses, he doesn't have any disrupt capabilities. So it's like Goku and Vegeta do, but Super Gogeta himself doesn't. But UI Goku makes it to where that doesn't really matter because UI Goku is the type of unit you just pull out any scenario. Hey, if this unit is lacking, just pull me out. Let's just get all of our sub counts back, reset. If they try to hit me, I'll jump out. There we go, Gogeta. Let's get another combo going. So it's like UI Goku and Gogeta right now are just fierce. If they hit you, get that combo going, it's a high chance you're losing a unit like almost every time. Anyway, now, hear me out on this one, right? Like I said, I've been stuck on this tier list for like a fucking long time. I don't know how else to say it, but I've been stuck on this tier list for a fucking long time. I didn't know who to pit where, listen. I can't decide between these 2 units. You can try to take a guess what these 2 units are right now. Go ahead, try to take a guess. I cannot decide against these 2 units. So I am gonna take the chicken way out, right? I'm gonna be a pussy. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. I'm gonna chicken out, because I don't know what to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 1/2, right? And then we're gonna grab these 2.
There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage.
I don't like doing this. I hate it. Actually, I always make that clear in every tier list I make. I hate doing a 1/. That seems like a pussy chicken thing out. I hate it. It doesn't make any sense. But I cannot decide in between these 2 because they just seem to coexist and just do what they have to do and have no issues doing it and completing the job. Zamasu, like I always say, right now he just covers every issue you can possibly have in a game, and for the most part, if you're fighting anybody from the top 10 list, right, you're just never gonna have an issue running him. Like, name one scenario or one game where Zamasu is gonna slow you down or be an issue. He heals, like pretty much the entire game. He heals when he hits 50%. He heals as he gets his defensive gauge. He heals fully off his green card. Takes a Dragon Ball away from you when he hits that green card, by the way. Gets Vantage Restore on his green card. His combo extension is like the easiest mind-numbing thing to do. You hit cards, he fills his gauge, he gives you more cards, right? He heals as he's doing that. I said he got Vanish Gauge back already, right? He seals your main, seals your rush. There's not a lot of blue units here in this game right now. The only blue unit you could probably run into is like LF MUI Goku, but nobody runs him anymore. Nobody has MUI Goku in the top 10 list. If you have MUI Goku in the top 10 list while Super Gogeta exists, you're crazy. And if their main go-to right now is a double yellow team, if you're facing that team in like 60%, 50% on your matches, why would you not just pit LF Zamasu on a team and just keep him there? His damage is stupid, his defense is stupid, his healing is stupid, he seals your rush, he seals your main, he takes away your Dragon Balls. Like, what more do you fucking need from a unit? And then he can get good combos off. He's just... The only thing that could possibly knock LF Zamasu off the list, again, would be a unit that supersedes him in stats, and is type advantage, and is consistent, like top 5. Right now, that doesn't exist. So unless they Zenkai like Blue Beast or something, and Blue Beast comes out with the capability of doing a Beast Kick that can take down like 70% of the monster's health, what's stopping this guy from being like top dog in every game you run? Your go-to in every game you run. Like I said, I ran Ultra Zamasu with LF Zamasu. The yellow issue, completely out the water. I pulled out LF Zamasu in every scenario, completely out the water. If people run that double yellow team, right? They start hitting you with the 2 yellows, LF Zamasu, there, right? You can even swap out if you want to, like I said, because Ultra Zamasu will seal cards, protect himself, whatever. They pull out Green Gogeta, you pull out Ultra Zamasu, bam, 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 bam. Too fierce of a duo, right? And then you have 13, who just does 13 things, gives them support, gives them extra cards, keeps the team healthy. Team already can't get rushed, right? I feel like LF Zamasu 13 Ultra Zamasu is almost at the same level as the double yellow Gogeta team. I don't know if anybody's afraid to admit that, but I'm not. Because why wouldn't it be? It's just too fucking strong. Ultra UI Goku, I don't think we have to talk about this guy much. If you're not hitting LF Zamasu, then you're killing somebody, or you're just doing too much damage. It's really that simple. He's just very fucking stupid. Not a lot of people running Super Saiyan for Vegeta, unfortunately, and I explained Super Saiyan for Vegeta scenario. It kind of sucks because UI Goku runs with 13 and he runs with Super Gogeta, who can both, like, you know, either defensively stop Vegeta or just neutralize him completely, allowing UI Goku to get his grip on the other 2 units that Vegeta's running with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say about this guy. His plot just made him stupid. His stats are dumb. His tanking is dumb. Him being able to jump out of combos completely is dumb. Fighting someone like LF Zamasu for the main part could be an issue, but again, he jumps out of strike cards. Zamasu's main like damage comes from strike cards, so he's just gonna jump out of it and swap back to somebody else. Potentially have Super Gogeta burn LF Zamasu for him, or potentially have Android 13, which is again why I give 13 so much value over Namek. Be blue and be like, hey, LF Zamasu, chill out. Yo, let my 2 yellows hang out for a minute. You just calm down. I got you. As Light 13 can't do no damage at all, he could potentially knock down LF Zamasu a little bit. Namek goes neutral eventually, blah, blah, blah. He gets card protection on entry. So like LF Zamasu would be kind of tough to kill, but you have the units who can help you with that. Super Gogeta 13, so UI Goku's fine in that scenario. The cancel buffs they gave him allows him to survive his own lock-in. So if you try to lock in a UI Goku with your UI Goku and you pop ult, not only is he going to heal, he's going to cancel buffs and keep himself alive. So he just has a way of just completely keeping himself afloat the entire time. He now gets gauge back every time he comes into the field, which is very stupid. Yeah, then his green cards just heal him a fucking bunch. He spawns a green card for himself. He just has ways to keep healed, keep alive, stop combos from happening, and if he catches you, you might end up fucking losing somebody. On top of the fact that he does that again, right, when he loses allies. So if you're doing like a 1v2 with UI Goku, generally I don't consider it 1v2. Because if he grabs you once, that's 1 unit. You know what I'm saying? If he grabs you once, that's 1 unit. He's guaranteed to jump himself out of 1 combo, cancel buffs from himself so he doesn't die to any ults or such like that, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is grab you once, nuke a unit, and now you're still fighting a UI Goku who has his gauge, which he can fulfill from which he can get back from his main if they didn't pop main yet. And that's just gonna be torturous for you, like genuinely. So like a unit like LF Zamasu, that's why I have him like here, it'd be great to run because UI Goku just has combat capability and just overall just always existing. On top of that, I forgot to mention that he burns endurance permanently like Ultra Cell on Last Man Standing. So again, somebody like Super Saiyan for Vegeta, I would love to give him more oomph, but UI Goku can rush him at the end and just kill Vegeta because he has permanent endurance no. If they ever drop another endurance no unit, again, permanent endurance no. Just Ultra Cell on steroids, last man standing. So it's like, I don't know what else to say. But anyway, honorable mention is going to be kind of tough. Trying to look at these guys. Actually, you're not tough because you suck. Let's see. Future Gohan, I always said I don't like the fact that Future Gohan doesn't go endurance no. Not endurance no, element no until an ally dies. I hate that. I'm always going to hate that. Not saying he's a bad unit. You can still run him on Future and get dubs. So I might keep him honorable mentions. It's kind of hard. I might keep him honorable mentions. You can still run him with future teams, so I don't know. LF Kid Goku, his issue is that the DB team is not keeping up with him. I fight DB team all the time. I see LF Kid Goku trying to just exist and do his job, but it's kind of hard to do that job right now. I don't think DB's on S tier boost anymore. Even if it was, you know, Super Gogeta will come out and just burn out Master Roshi. Be like, hey, Unc, chill out. You know, just now LF Kid Goku's alone. The LF Kid Goku is Kit, just he has everything to be a god. It's literally just a DB team. Indestructible. He gets really long combos off, restores his own Vanish Gauge. He heals. He has Disrupts, Arts Cost Raise. He comes back at any point in time when you rush. It activates Indestructible, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, he's good. He does good damage, everything. His blue card can even catch you lacking and nuke you. DB team just doesn't keep up. So I might flow him off honorable for now. Kind of sucks to say, but I might have to do it. Now we're getting to the tough ones. I think this Gohan has great potential. One of the units who could definitely keep up with Goku. It's just that green Nimbus Goku sucks a lot of cock. Just somewhere, he just flew Nimbus into like some type of stripper house, just sucking cock. That's what he's doing right now. So he's not keeping up. I think this Gohan could get his potential back though, if they do a hybrid unit for part 2. Because he does have that lock-in ability, right? With the blast card spam, blah blah blah. That would work great against UI Goku, or work great against Namek Goku at tearing them down. But he just needs a hybrid ally, or like a DB ally. He needs one of those teams to come back fully and do their job. So as of now, I can't pit him at HM, but he does have the potential. I tried to gas up Gotenks, I really did. I don't know, this kid just fucking sucks. I mean, him being red is great, right? I figure, because, you know, there's 2 yellows. But in terms of him doing his own stuff, it's just, his damage is mediocre, just doesn't really provide anything else besides that card destruction thing he gets when you hit him 3 times. It's just, I don't know, don't feel like it's enough. Plus, Super Gogeta could just burn him out of his endurance. Yeah, get this guy off of here. Fucking hate this guy. I'm gonna pick Kid Goku back here. I think he has potential. But, yeah, anyway, that's my top 10 list. Ultra Frieza, Ultra Namek, sorry. 10 Ultra Frieza, 9 free-to-play Ultra Namek Goku, 8 LF Super Janemba, 7 Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, 6 Ultra Zamasu, 5 Ultra Namek Goku, 4 LF Android 13, 3 LF Super Gogeta, 2 LF Zamasu, with UI Goku in the same slot, so 1/2 Ultra UI Goku, LF Zamasu. Anyway, let me know what you guys feel about that tier list. For now, this is me peacing out. It was nice to get this out right before part 2 dropped. By the way, I'm telling you right now, I'm from the future. Part 2 is LF God Goku in hit. Stay with me now. And then FSK Gohan. Trust the process. Anyway, I'll see you boys later. Till next time. Peace.